Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a drugstore foundation routine. I wanted to show you guys how I do my face makeup and how I highlight, contour, all that good stuff, because I feel like the way I'm doing it now has changed just a tad. But I feel like we could do a full foundation routine, and I wanted to make it all drugstore because I felt like I was doing a lot of high-end foundation reviews. So I wanted to show y'all that you can still be beat on a budget. It's never about what products you use. It's all about your technique and how good you are doing your makeup, you know? So I'm going to go through like my entire face makeup. I already have a little bit of eyeshadow going on. Not much. And by the way, I do want to shout out this eyeshadow palette right here. This is by Wet n Wild. It's called the Rose in the Air palette. They recently came out with these little mini palettes. I think it's like 6 of them. They're only $5, and y'all, the pigment in this eyeshadow palette is like equivalent to like an Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palette. Like, this palette reminds me so much of the Modern Renaissance palette. Like, Wet n Wild really did that. I want to go back and get all of them because I feel like they all should have the exact same pigmentation, you know? And the mattes in here are good. The shimmers are good. I'm like literally blown away. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 eyeshadows for $5. You can't beat that. Like, Wet n Wild eyeshadows are good, but I feel like this is probably the best formula they've ever created. So if you guys want to see me do this drugstore foundation routine, then just keep on watching the video. For primer today, we're going to be using the NYX Hydra Touch Oil Primer and then also the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Primer thing. So I do like both of these. I like the NYX one a lot. I feel like it's very comparable to the Smashbox Primer Oil, but like I said before in previous videos, I think that the Smashbox Primer Oil is better. I just can really see a difference with the NYX one. So I feel like the NYX one is good. I just like to use it with something else. That way I'm getting like the most glow that I possibly can. I have super dry skin, so I have to make sure that my skin is nice and hydrated before I do anything, sis, or it just does not look good. And then I'm also going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Lock Something foundation primer. So this recently came out not too long ago, and I do like it. I haven't really used it on my channel, I don't think, because I couldn't find it. But I found it, and I really do like this one. I think that it definitely adds hydration and like illumination or whatever to your face, and it's definitely more of like a lotion. So if you like more lotion, go with the L'Oreal one. If you like more oils, then definitely go with the NYX one. But I feel like they do pretty much the exact same thing, but I just like to use them together because y'all know I'm freaking extra, but I like both of them. For foundation, we are going to be using the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth Fit Me foundation. This one is in the shade 330 Toffee. I do really like Maybelline's Fit Me foundation. I feel like they're awesome. When I used to do like makeup artistry, you know, like clients and stuff, I would always use Maybelline Fit Me on practically everyone. I feel like it's the best foundation ever for a drugstore. I'm pretty sure it's $4.99, $5.99 depending on where you go, and it's just an awesome foundation. The matte poreless version is good, and the dewy smooth one is good as well. I just think it's an awesome foundation. They have so many shades, and they're still adding shades. So if you are just starting into makeup and you just kind of feel like you don't know what foundation to go for, oh yeah, that matches. I didn't know if it was gonna match me, but if you're just starting into makeup, I feel like Maybelline Fit Me is the way to go. It's a $5.99 foundation. It's medium to full coverage. I feel like you can definitely build this up as much as you want. Then you also can just apply a light layer so that it gives you a little bit of coverage. But I just feel like Maybelline Fit Me is probably like one of the best foundations ever. For concealers today, I was going back and forth. There's a lot of concealers definitely on the market at drugstore. The L'Oreal Pro Glow is good. The Maybelline Fit Me is good. There's one more I'm missing. The Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer is amazing. I love that. But I'm a full coverage type of chick, so when I thought about like what drugstore concealer is full coverage, it would definitely be these new Makeup Revolution concealers. I don't think there's anything else on the market that is this full coverage for the price point. They're $7, I want to say, at Ulta. I don't know if they're in store yet, but they're definitely online, and they have a ton of shades. I'm using the shades C10 and C18. I'm going to use both of them to conceal and contour my face, and I just feel like they're awesome. Like, I was a little hesitant about putting this in the video because I know that they're not like the easiest brand to get to. Like, you can't go to Walgreens and buy them yet. But like, when I thought about like full coverage and like what gets me beat, it's this concealer. And I've only been using this concealer for what, like 2 weeks now, and it's just freaking amazing, and nothing is this full coverage for this cheap. It's awesome. Anytime you're getting ready to contour, you can just go ahead and buy like anything that's dark. So like a dark foundation, a dark concealer, something that's 2 to 3, maybe 4 or 5 shades darker than your skin tone, and then just put it in your contoured areas, and girl, you're good. Like, it's not that deep. You don't have to like go out and get something that specifically says contour, because I know like when you're first starting the makeup, you want to get something that says it's for contouring. But no, as long as you have something that's dark for your skin tone, you can contour with it. It doesn't matter if it's a dark foundation, dark concealer, as long as it's dark. So that it creates a contrast, you know, on your skin. I just like to take this big sponge and just tap it over my face. That way our contour and highlight looks, you know, natural. And it looks more like blended into the skin. So I just love this sponge. I feel like it just really upped my makeup game. Like, it makes everything look so smooth and gorgeous. And to set all that, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me setting powder. So I was trying to figure out, okay, what setting powder do I like? I do like the LA Girl Pro Yellow setting powder. That one is like $5. It's awesome. I like the Maybelline Master Fix setting powder. It's like comes in a black and white packaging. It's like one of the only setting powders that Maybelline has. And then I was just trying to think of like cheaper ones, and I feel like that's the only two that I really like. And then I really love this one. The difference between this and a regular setting powder is this is pigmented. So I have mine in the shade light medium, so I'm pretty sure they have light medium, medium dark, and maybe deep dark, I think. But these are pigmented finishing powders, so when you put them on, they're gonna add a little bit of color to your face. They're not just straight translucent. I just tap in here with my sponge and just go right underneath my eye. See how that like brightened us up a little bit? Yeah, because this powder has some pigment to it, which I love. I just think it looks really good. I'm just setting basically everywhere that we applied concealer. And this sponge is damp. I don't know if I forgot to mention that, but it is damp. So putting a damp sponge with your setting powder, make sure your sponge is not like super like drenching wet, because then it's just not going to work. But when your sponge is damp and you apply powder with it, it just makes everything look so good and like nice and smooth. But if your sponge is dripping wet and you go and apply powder with it, then it's just going to look a mess. So just make sure it's damp, like low-key dry almost, but just enough moisture so that the powder will sink into the skin as opposed to just like laying on top. And then for blush, I'm going to be using the NYX Ombre Blush. This one is in the shade Soft Flush. I'm not a super blush girl. Like, once I get my 1 to 2, 3 blushes that I like, that's what I stick with. So I really do like the ombre blushes by NYX. I think they just have good blushes in general. The ones that come like in the square packaging, they're like $3. Those are really good as well. But I do like this ombre blush, and I like more of like orangey kind of coral blushes. So I really like this one. And lastly, for highlighter, I like to go in with this NYX Highlighting Born to Glow palette. I love this thing so much. Well, not necessarily the whole entire thing, but I just like this gold shade right here. It is amazing. I'm pretty sure they sell this as singles on Ulta website. And if you want that like pop-in freaking glow, like not a natural glow at all, but just like a pop-in glow, get this palette, girl. It is freaking awesome. I just like to take this gold one right here, tap off the excess, and then highlight. Alright guys, so I am done with my makeup, and so that was my foundation routine using all drugstore products. That's basically the steps that I do every time I do my makeup. I just interchange the products out, so it's nothing too hard or anything like that, but I just want to show y'all the steps I take and kind of explain some of my drugstore favorites. But I think I am going to do like a full video where I sit down and talk to y'all about like my drugstore holy grail favorite products that I always repurchase and I love so much. But yeah, that is the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to my channel on your way out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.